Hello everyone. So today we are back again with the topic of marine geomorphology. This is a part 3 of our previous topic, and if you are new to our channel, please subscribe our channel, and for this you just need to click the bell icon. If you like the video, then please click the like button. Now, as I have talked before about the mechanics of the marine erosion, the erosional landforms, so ending up with the coral reefs formation. And today we're going to talk about the transportational features and some of the deposition landforms formed by the marine landforms. So in this transportational work, we need to understand what the work of transportation mainly does. It basically erodes the materials that have been eroded by the sea waves in different manners. But the transportational work of the sea waves varies significantly from the other agents of the erosion and the transportation. The transportation of the materials take place from the coastland towards the sea, and this has been from the sea to the coast. So this have been the mechanism which takes place on the vice versa. And when these oblique waves strike this coast, the longshore currents and the transport of these materials are parallel to the shoreline. The materials are involved in this transportation, which is very common. We used to see at the sand, silt, gravels, pebbles, cobbles, and some other boulders. These are the very common feature we used to see in the sea coast. The next we have that when there is an equilibrium between the incoming supplies of the sediments and uprushing breaker of these waves and the removal of the sediments by the brackish underflow, the currents of the wave cut platforms, a profile of equilibrium is achieved. If this wave cut platform is being characterized by the steep slope towards the oceanic slope, the destructive waves become more active and the resultant powerful backwash movement and these materials from the landward side, so that the slope of platform is being lessened. If the slope of this wave cut platform is steep slope, the constructive waves become more effective, so they favor sedimentation and the beach of this deposition on this landward side, so that the slope of this platform becomes steeper. So I need to say that this transportation is more or less same. You just need to go through these points, and you don't have to learn any of this as it's not so important. So next we're going to talk about the deposition landforms. Here we come to the important part. As we know, we have learned about the various erosional landforms. Similarly, we have also came to know about the various deposition landforms. Now, talking straight to deposition landforms, wave cut platform. We have seen a wave cut platform in the erosion. Similarly, the wave cut platform has also been formed by the depositional process. It is also known as terraces. As the name suggests, these have been formed by this sediment derived from the erosion of the cliff or the continued erosion of the wave cut platform. The sediments may be transported by longshore drift and deposited in a deeper waters. Next, we have these beaches. The beach is a land on the shore between the high water mark and the low water mark. It is consists of the unconsolidated sediments and the cobbles and the pebbles, boulders, fine silt, and clay. So we are common with the beach we used to see near the sea coast, and these are basically formed by the with the land on the shore, and the high water mark and the low water mark is very much prominent in these beaches. The next we're going to talk about the type of beaches. Basically, we need to see that these have been done on the basis of the beach materials. On the basis of beach material, it is divided into three types. We have sea beaches with several features, but were never identified according to this on the basis of the materials. So first we're going to talk about the sea beach, next the shingle, the boulder beach. We can easily identify between sand beach and boulder beach as of the materials changes. Basically, it has been seen the sand beach have the sand grains, and the materials of the boulder beach may have big boulders of which have centimeters like 100 millimeter diameter or more than that. The new term to us is a shingle beach. This is basically the beach which is composed of the pebbles that has been ranging in size from 2 to 100 millimeters. The next, we are going to have another sort of beaches. Like we have first the raised beach. The relative fall in the sea level and the land upliftment leads to the formation of the sea beach. The sea beach which has been formed over these areas and they raised over this area, so it is known as a raised beach. This is an example of the sea beach which has been found in the Scandinavian countries. It's very common in there. The next, we have to be continued in the next video. So if you like our video, please subscribe it, and if you like it, then click the like button. Thank you.